Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. This is Ackie Media. We are your hosts. My name is Ocean Subiano.
I'm Taylor View.
And today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring to you our trailer reaction to the Sony Pictures I Want to Dance with Somebody, the story of Whitney Houston. This film stars Naomi Ackie as, is that how you say her name? Ackie, I'm guessing.
Think so.
Apologize if I butcher it. Stars Naomi Ackie as Whitney Houston, and it is going to be released on, isn't it December 23rd, right?
Yeah.
So this graphic says 26 for some reason, but it does come out on the 23rd. Who else is in this movie, Taylor? Because there are some other recognizable actors.
The other guy, her
manager
is Stanley Tucci,
Yep.
who plays Clive Davis. Really great actor.
I love that guy.
Other than that, it looks like a bunch of people I don't really know.
Well, this is, another.
It's another one.
Yeah, it's another one. So I have mixed feelings about it personally, and when we did the Elvis trailer reaction, I kind of shared my thoughts about it, and my thoughts are a little bit similar as that, in the sense that, like, I understand why people are making these movies, and I'm not necessarily opposed to them. I just think that when you're pumping them out like this, where you're doing one after the other, you kind of lose some of the effectiveness of the movie, in my opinion. I think maybe it might be a little bit different for this one because it's a female artist instead of a male, because most of the more recent artist movies have all been male, like Bohemian Rhapsody, Rocket Man, Elvis. So we're getting a female, and arguably the most influential and important female artist of all time. So in that sense, maybe it'll be different, but I don't know. I have a little bit of mixed feelings about it. So what do you feel about this? Do you feel like it's a money grab, or you feel like?
I mean, obviously, every movie's technically a money grab.
Yeah, it's a technically. But do you think that maybe they're putting it out now because the other ones have been so successful that they're like, all right, now's the time to make this?
That could be a factor, but I don't think it's like the main deciding factor. Because sure, there's a lot of movies that are like this for, a lot of different artists. I personally feel like I guess if you generalize it, they're all kind of the same.
Right.
But in their own respective story,
Stories.
I guess they're way different.
Sure.
So I enjoy every single one of them.
Okay.
Because every artist has a completely different story.
Sure.
Everybody's different. Obviously, sometimes different music and stuff. So this is Whitney Houston, which we haven't had. It is from the writer of Bohemian Rhapsody, which was amazing.
Amazing, yeah.
So I'm not doubting it in that regard. But I don't know. When I saw this trailer for the first time, I was kind of excited.
Okay. I'm not gonna say that I'm not looking forward to it or willing to watch it. I don't know. I guess I don't know. You make a good point that every artist is different. Every artist has a different story. The only thing that I'm a little bit concerned about is that, like, when you do these types of movies for artists, you're giving a deeper look into the life of the artist, right? Which is their intent, right? You're trying to show them the side that nobody ever saw because you only saw the stardom side, right? And I understand that, but I personally really believe in the old saying of never meet your heroes kind of thing. And I feel like when you do these kinds of movies, you're almost like kind of falling into that realm of,
I mean, I do also
heroes.
agree in that, but I don't think it's at all related to that saying, even though I do agree with it. You should never meet your heroes.
Yeah.
Because the movies are always, I would say pretty much always shown in a much better light than the actual story of it.
Yeah. Because unfortunately, Whitney Houston passed away in 2012. and well, we just looked up like the circumstances of her death, and I don't want to speculate, but like there's drugs involved for sure. Like we know that, so it's not a happy ending.
No, I
And
mean most of the time in these
yeah,
cases it's not
right.
for a
So
lot of them.
I don't know. It there's a fine line of doing a service to the singer and the artist and telling their story, but also I don't know.
No, you're
You know
right.
what I mean?
There
Like
is. I mean, the same thing could have been said about Elvis,
right.
but I think it actually ended up doing great.
But
Like I
there's
enjoyed it
also
a lot.
people like your family, right, that didn't like Elvis because they felt like it was
Yes, but it doesn't. It didn't affect their opinion of
of
Elvis.
Elvis. It's a,
It
okay,
was
all right.
simply
The
the
movie.
movie. So there's a there's you can
Yeah,
differentiate between the movie and the actual artist.
yeah, you're right. That makes sense.
I think it did a great job portraying Elvis's story while I still have a
Love
completely
Elvis, yeah.
different like I love Elvis and he's
Yeah,
great, but I already knew that before and after.
right.
I just think it was a cool portrayal of his story.
Yeah. Okay. No, you're right. So what do you think is the benchmark for getting one of these movies? Like how far down the line do we go? You know, like what do you have to do in order to earn a blockbuster feature film length movie about you and your life and your story?
I don't know where it stops, but I feel like for the most part it's only certain artists and individuals that truly I guess touch or inspire like the entire world versus just a large audience.
So you're talking about like people that permeate through different demographics of
Right.
age,
Like it's
gender,
not yeah, it's
race,
not just,
everything.
not just somebody popular, like they surpass everything
Yeah.
and just everybody knows who they are, everybody loves
So
them.
like somebody like let's say Eminem versus Justin Bieber. Like
Right.
everybody loves Eminem. And there's a lot of people that love Justin Bieber,
But
but
I
not
would honestly, I would even put both of those artists still low,
really.
even though I actually really like both of them now. Well, Justin Bieber, I like now surprisingly.
Well, yeah, some of his
'Cause,
recent
well, he's
stuff
changed
yeah.
so much since he's
He's
grown
old
up.
now,
Yeah,
so
but yeah, like Eminem, I love Eminem, but even him, I would still consider to be low.
really? You don't
As
think
far as
he's the greatest rapper of all time?
I don't. I love him. He's a great rapper, but I don't know if I can necessarily say he's the greatest rapper
I
of all
think he's the
time.
greatest rapper of all time.
I don't know because even he doesn't say that. So I don't know. I feel like that's why you have like uh, Tupac and Biggie up there, all like
Yeah.
the greats of rap.
Right.
They're up there, and he's great too. And I would equal him like just as good, but I'm just a fan. I can't say that he
Permeated.
beyond
Yeah.
his fandom,
Right.
because I can guarantee you I can find somebody that will immediately like
Shit on him. Yeah.
disagree with saying that he's not the greatest rapper of all time. But a lot of the artists that we see that have these huge movies, because you're right, there are smaller ones for a lot of artists, but the ones that stand out like Bohemian Rhapsody and
Rocket Man.
Yeah.
And Elvis. And,
all that kind of stuff, these artists, like there is no denying
right.
the amount of influence they had on the entire world.
That's a fair statement. Yeah.
Even if you weren't like a fan of them,
Right.
you should be able to at least agree that they made a huge difference
Yeah.
in the industry or whatever.
Yeah, no, you're right. Because there's something that I learned about Whitney Houston recently that I didn't know until quite recently, like probably the last couple months. Apparently, Whitney Houston was heavily involved with writing songs for early Disney films, stuff like Pocahontas and Beauty and the Beast and Snow White and all those.
Yeah, which
those
is
songs.
awesome. I had no idea, but that's great.
Yeah, so I think that's really cool.
And makes sense because a lot of this music's great.
Yeah, a lot of the early
So-
music is amazing. So, yeah, I'd say I'm excited to learn more about her because I don't know that much beyond the surface level, right? Especially because like she is gone now, so
Yeah.
like it's nice.
Another thing too, like
Do you think that in order to have a movie like this, you got to be gone? Like it needs to happen post, like once somebody's passed away.
I don't think it's required, but I doubt it would ever happen because I feel like most of these people
Well,
would not.
Is Elton John still alive?
Yeah,
Isn't he still alive? Right.
yeah.
So
But I feel like most of these people would probably not
want the movie
support.
made.
Right, they wouldn't want it to be made.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it's not. I don't think it's a requirement.
Yeah,
It's just. I don't know. Like.
it's kind of weird. Yeah.
Yeah, or I
Yeah.
just feel like most people would find it a little weird.
Yeah.
Unless you're just, that kind of person, which is nothing wrong with it. It's just I feel like most people
Yeah.
don't
Most people in that position probably
wouldn't
aren't the
feel
kind
right
of people
about
that
it, yeah.
want their story aired out there while they're still alive.
Right. Because otherwise
Then you got to deal with questions and aftermath and all that.
it just gets complicated.
That's a fair point. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what do you guys think? Are you guys excited for this movie? Are you guys sick of artist movies? What are your guys' thoughts on I Want to Dance with Somebody? We did confirm that Naomi Ackie is not singing, right?
No,
It is going to be Whitney Houston's voice, and Naomi Ackie will be
Which is totally fine.
lip singing, which is, in my opinion, is completely fine because
Totally fine.
Whitney Houston's
She had
voice
an
is
amazing
insane. Like you can't mimic it. So I'm actually okay with that, and like I feel like for these kinds of movies, I'm actually okay with them.
Yeah, I'm totally
lip
okay
sync,
with them not
especially
necessarily singing.
especially
It's cool when they do, but yeah, I don't think
like
it's a
Rami
requirement.
Malek singing for Queen. Like he did a really good job. But I also would have been okay if they had just overlaid Queen's voice. So yeah, this movie comes out on December 23rd. So maybe it's your guys' holiday movie. Check it out. Hopefully it's a feel-good movie. Unfortunately, it has a sad ending, but hopefully it's a good movie and you guys enjoy it. So let us know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. We appreciate you guys being here. Please like, subscribe, comment, share with a friend, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode.